I'm Andrew of MachineartMoto, also known as Machine Art Man, and I'm going to help you install the Avant front fender extension on the R1200 GS liquid cooled. The procedure is the same whether it's the standard GS or the Adventure. Included are the Avant injection molded polypropylene resilient part, 2 compression clamps, and 2 T25 Torx screws. The only tool you'll need is a T25 Torx driver. This is far easier to use than the typical right angle driver you may already have in your toolkit. I suggest that you get one of these if you don't already have it. The first thing we're going to do is install the clamps that come disassembled. It's important that you see the orientation of the clamp relative to the mounting hole and the 2 molded ribs on the inside. The clamp faces upwards, the claw of the clamp faces upwards. It's in place. I'm going to turn it around and partially install the M5 screw. The procedure is very simple. You'll notice this feature in the center line. That is a receiving shoe that accepts the tip of the fender, and that's there to align it in the process of slipping it on from the bottom. You can see it's already in place. And I'm holding it now at its upper end, and my finger is feeling for the claw that grips the inside of the BMW fender, and we're going to tighten the screw down just enough in order to hold it into place, not entirely yet. I'm going to go around to the other side to tighten it to the same level, and then we'll come back to finish. The opposite side is now tightened, and we'll check that we have no gaps visible here at the engagement shoe. There is a peak in the center line of the BMW fender, and that should align with the peak just below it on the Avant itself. Now that we see that that's aligned, we'll go in and do the final tightening. It's important to make it very tight. There is a nylon locking washer within the nut to prevent it from backing out, and this will accept a lot of torque. It's important that it be very tight, and then we're finished. It's installed. Go out and ride for a day, come back and tighten it again. The clamps and screws are designed not to separate, but it's good for periodical maintenance to inspect that it is in fact the same as it was when you first installed it. One note about fitting the Avant with aftermarket skid plates. This happens to be BMW's optional Enduro plate, which is longer, jutting forward more from the engine, and it provides additional protection, but it also intrudes on the space a little bit. It fits properly on the standard GS. It does not fit properly with the Avant on the GS Adventure. The reason is that on the GS Adventure, the front fork geometry has been changed. The suspension travel is 20 millimeters longer, so the angle of the fork has been brought in to put the tire a little closer to the engine. It will fit with the Adventure stock skid plate, but not with the Enduro plate. 2 aftermarket plates that will fit with our Avant are Tortex and Wunderlich. So if you want a more robust aftermarket solution for the Adventure, please have a look at those. We're finished. It was a simple process. You can remove this anytime for cleaning. You can remove it to put it onto another vehicle. Enjoy the bike and the Avant. Ride cleanly.